Hey everybody, welcome back to Brainiac Baseball's 1980 Detroit Tigers season replay. Today's matchup is between the Detroit Tigers and the Cleveland Indians at Cleveland Stadium. On the mound for Detroit today is Milt Wilcox, whose record is 8-3 with a 4 ERA. And pitching for Cleveland is Wayne Garland, whose record is 7-9 with a 5.01 ERA. And so today is the second of the three-game series against the Indians, and also happens to be the trade deadline day. So after the game, stick around and we'll take a look and see if there's any transactions, any last-minute trades among the contenders. And then I will do a separate video after this video, which will be all of the leaders and the standings. And I know that those videos that I've made in the past have been longer than normal, so I'm going to try to be concise with that video. But having said that, let's go ahead and get started with today's game. We won 3-2 yesterday. Trammell hit a home run, and the Indians made a last-ditch effort to take it away from us in the ninth, but we were able to get a save from Lopez and get away with the victory, so felt pretty good about that. So all of our bullpens available today, as Russell went 8 yesterday to get his ninth win overall. And here's our lineup. We do have two changes in the lineup today. Steve Kemp was listed as tired, and so I've put Bob Baylor in left field. And I decided just to give Alan Trammell a day off, and we're going to put Mark Wagner in at short. So I've jumbled up the lineup. Otherwise, I've moved Jason Thompson to the third spot, because he does have a .361 on-base percentage, which is equivalent to Steve Kemp, and Kemp would normally bat third. So it just seemed logical that I'd stick him in that position. He normally bats seventh. So at any rate, we'll go ahead and do the Tigers lineup after we pull up the stats here. And then on the right side, you'll see the 1980 Topps Baseball card that represents that player. So here it is. Batting leadoff for Detroit is Sweet Lou Whitaker. Batting second and in left field today is Bob Baylor. Batting third and at first base is Jason Thompson. Batting cleanup and catching today is Lance Parrish. Batting fifth and in right field is Garry Hancock. Batting sixth and DHing is Carlton Fisk. Batting seventh and at third base is Richie Hebner. Batting eighth and playing shortstop today is Mark Wagner. And batting ninth and in center field is Omar Marino. And pitching for Cleveland today is Wayne Garland. Here's his stats. This is his 24th game of the season. His record is 7-9 with a 5.01 ERA. He has 59 strikeouts and 156 innings pitched, so he's not a strikeout pitcher. Opponents are batting .287 against him, so he gives up a lot of hits, and he has 3 complete games and 1 shutout. And with a 7-9 record for the Indians, that's not so bad. The Indians do have the worst record in baseball right now, so I guess to be anywhere near 500 as a starter is pretty decent. So we're going to go ahead and let Whitaker bat here and get the game kicked off. Here's Sweet Lou against Garland, and Whitaker strikes out after I say that Garland's not a strikeout pitcher. He gets Whitaker looking. So 1 down for Bob Baylor. And Bob Baylor gets a base hit through the left side. And we have a speedy guy on base. But we did move Thompson up into this position so he can swing away. So we're going to let him take an opportunity here to get a base hit. Oh, no, he's going to ground into a double play. Oh, no. So I've already made 2 bad calls. So the double play ends the first inning. We're going to take a look at the Indians lineup here in the bottom of the first. Batting leadoff and playing second base is Kevin Romberg. Batting second and at shortstop is Jerry Dibzinski. Batting third and in right field is Gary Matthews. Batting cleanup and DHing today is Carl Pagel. Batting fifth and catching is Ron Hasse. Batting sixth and in left field is Joe Charbonneau. Batting seventh and in center field is Von Hayes. Batting eighth and at third is Mike Champion. And batting ninth and playing first base today is Dave Rosello. And here's Milt Wilcox's numbers. This is his 17th start. Of course, he missed a whole month of the season with an injury. So his record is 8-3. He's got an overall 4 ERA. And opponents are batting .265 against him. His last start was his worst of the year, where he got lit up for 6 runs in less than 5 innings. So we're looking for a bounce-back performance from Wilcox as Kevin Romberg steps in. And Romberg is going to ground it to Hebner, and that's 1 down. So 1 down for Jerry Dibzinski. He's 1 for 2 against Wilcox this year, and he goes down swinging. So 2 outs, and Gary Matthews is up next. And Matthews grounds it right to Thompson in a 1-2-3 inning for Wilcox. We head to the top of the second. And here's big wheel Lance Parrish. Lance Parrish struggling against Garland. 1 for 14 with 2 strikeouts, so he's due. But not in this at bat as he grounds it to Rosello at first. That's 1 down. So 1 down for Garry Hancock. Hancock's been crushing Garland. He's 7 for 12 on the season with a home run. And he hits a fly ball to left field, and it's going to be caught right on the warning track by the left fielder, Joe Charbonneau. So 2 down. And here's Carlton Fisk. Fisk goes down swinging. So another 1-2-3 inning. And we head to the bottom of the second. Carl Pagel leading off today. And he's going to hit a high fly ball, foul territory on the first base side. And it's caught by Hancock for the first out. So 1 down for Ron Hasse. Hasse had the day off yesterday. Chris Bando played in his place as Hasse strikes out looking. So that's 2 Ks for Wilcox. So with 2 down, Joe Charbonneau is up next. And he slices it to right field on a line. And it's caught by Hancock for the third out. So to the top of the third, no score, only 1 hit between the teams, and that was Bob Baylor. As Hebner steps in and hits a lazy fly ball to center field, it's caught by Von Hayes, that's 1 down. And here's Mark Wagner, who's getting a spot start today as we give Trammell the day off. And he grounds it to first, and that's the second out. Not a lot going on in this game. Same thing as yesterday. I think there was only a total of 9 hits in the whole game as Marino grounds out. And another 1-2-3 inning as we go to the bottom of the third. Von Hayes will lead off against Wilcox. He's 2 for 5 with a walk against Milt. And there's a base hit to right field. And they have a runner on first now. Champion is a good bunter. I'm going to bring third baseman in, but remember, Von Hayes had 3 stolen bases in yesterday's game, so we'll see if he's going. And he's not, as Champion hits a fly ball to left field, and that is caught at the wall for the first out. 1 down now for Dave Rosello, getting a spot start at first base for Andre Thornton, and Rosello hits a fly ball into the left center field, which is caught for the second out. So Von Hayes holding at first base, not trying to steal on Parrish today. Oh, there we go. There's this 4th stolen base of the series. And now we have to bring the outfield in just in case there's a base hit. Maybe we can get Hayes at the plate or at least hold him at third. And it won't matter as Romberg hits a fly ball into center field and Marino has it for the third out. So we go to the top of the 4th. Still no score. 1 hit apiece. The game's moving along. Sweet Lou pops it up into foul ground, and the catcher has it for the first out. So one down. And Bob Baylor's up. He has the only Tiger hit so far. And there he goes with another hit. 2 for 2 today. And, oh man, do we dare try? 70% chance. You know what? The score's tied. Let's do it. Oh, of course, Baylor's out. Oh, man. So Joe Charbonneau throws out Baylor at second. And now there's 2 down for Thompson. Oh, there we go. Thompson's going to get a home run to right field. And moving up to the third spot gets him a home run. So that's his 8th on the year. And the first one in quite a while. So now we have the 1-run lead, 1-0. Here's Parrish. And Parrish grounds it to second. Romberg has it for the third out. So to the bottom of the fourth, 1-0 Detroit. Dybzinski steps in. And he goes down swinging. That's 3 Ks for Wilcox, who's not a strikeout pitcher. But doing fairly well so far today. And just as I say that, Matthews strikes out, looking. So 2 down. And here's Carl Pagel, who strikes out a lot himself, but here he gets a base hit up the middle. And Pagel is at first now. Another left-hander, back-to-back lefties with Ron Hasse. And Hasse's 1 for 11 against Wilcox. And he laces it on a line to center field. Base hit. Pagel takes third, and the Indians have a making of a rally. So 2 down. Here's Joe Charbonneau. He threw out Baylor, and he's going to pop it up just past Wilcox on the mound, and it's caught by Wagner for the third out. So we maintain that 1-run lead here in the top of the 5th with Garry Hancock leading off. Hancock's 9-game hitting streak ended yesterday, and there's a base hit starting a new streak. So Hancock's in first. Here's Carlton Fisk, definitely double play candidate, as he grounds it right back to Garland, and Garland's only choice is to go to first. So Hancock's on second. He's in scoring position for Hebner. Hebner we drop down into the 7th spot today, and he's going to walk. So runners at first and second. Here's Mark Wagner, batting .421 versus righties in limited duty. And Wagner pops it up. I was thinking about having him sacrifice, but he pops it up, and the shortstop has it. And we are with 2 outs now. We have Omar Marino, who has been clutch, although he had the golden sombrero yesterday's game. He struck out all 4 times he was up. And here he grounds to second. And we head to the bottom of the 5th. So here's Von Hayes, who's been a pain on the base pass. He did get thrown out at third in yesterday's game, so he's 4 out of 5. And he had a home run yesterday, too. So he flies out to center field. There's 1 down here in the 5th. Wilcox is very efficient at 67 pitches. So he is making up for his poor performance in his last start against Toronto. Champion pops it up just past second base, and Wagner has it for the second out. So 2 down for number 9 hitter Dave Rosello. And Rosello is going to get a base hit up the middle, and that's the 4th hit for the Indians. And we're back to the top of the lineup with Kevin Romberg. Rosello at first, he's got decent speed. He's a utility man. He normally plays middle infield, and Parrish lets the ball get by him as Rosello advances to second. So pass ball charge to Parrish. Now 1-0 count. Now we got to pull the outfield in because Romberg has well below average power. So if the ball drops in, maybe we can keep Rosello from scoring. But it won't matter as Romberg pops it up on the infield. And that is the final out of the inning. So to the top of the 6th, we're going to flip over to the in-game stats. And as you can see, not a lot going on. Sweet Lou leading off, 6 for 13 overall against Wayne Garland. And there's a base hit to the right side, just past the first baseman Rosello. And Whitaker is now at first base. So this is a great opportunity to hit and run. Bob Baylor's got an 89 contact. So we turned the hit and run on. He grounds it to third. And the only play is to first. So Whitaker is safe at second. We move the runner over. And here's Jason Thompson, who, with his long ball, scored the only run in the game. And he's going to pop it up to first. So Whitaker stays at second. And it's going to be up to Parrish to break out of his 1 for 16 against Garland and get that second run in. Could make all the difference in the world right now. There we go. Base hit just past the shortstop, and Whitaker scores from second. And Parrish has got himself an RBI. So it scores 2-0, and there's 2 outs. Here's Garry Hancock. Got a base hit his last time up. And he grounds it, but it's grounds it to second shortstop, I should say. And the shortstop, Dubzinski, throws him out. So that's the third out. We head to the bottom of the 6th. And we're back to the righties. And I'm thinking maybe we'll see how this plays out. We might want to go to the lefties, maybe Schatzeder, if they get up this inning. So Jerry Dubzinski leads off the inning. And he hits a fly ball to right field. And Hancock has it for the first out. So 1 down. Here's Gary Matthews. Matthews grounds it to second, and Whitaker tosses him out. So, yeah, we'll definitely let Wilcox pitch to Pagel. Let's see how this plays out. And Pagel's going to get a base hit down the right field line off the wall. And now he's got himself a double. And I'm concerned. Well, Hassey's 2 for 12 against Wilcox, so unless he gets a home run here, I'm not overly concerned. And he's going to hit a fly ball to center field that Marino should have fairly easily. He does, and that is the end of the inning. So good job by Wilcox, going 6 innings with the shutout. We head to the top of the 7th. Here is Carlton Fisk. And Fisk goes down swinging. That's 3 Ks for Garland. And the second strikeout for Fisk today. So 1 down for Richie Hebner. Hebner rolls it over to second. That's the second out. So 2 down for Mark Wagner. And Wagner hits a hard ground ball to second, but it's picked up by Romberg and thrown out to first. So to the bottom of the 7th, Joe Charbonneau leading off. He's 0 for 2 today, and he hits a fly ball to short. Wagner has it for the first out. Wilcox is listed as tired now at 101 pitches. I don't see why we shouldn't try to get him through this inning. He's already got 1 down. Here's Von Hayes. Hayes grounds it to Thompson at first, and Thompson boots it, and Hayes is at second. So that's all we needed right there. So we're going to take him out. Good job by Wilcox. And we're going to bring in Roger Weaver here in the 7th. And, we'll pull up his stats real quick. So this is his 44th game. 3-0 record with a 2.66 ERA. More walks than strikeouts, which is not what you want. But opponents are only batting .212 against him. And he's got a save on the board. Okay, so that run at second doesn't mean much, but let's see if we can get a Champion to pop it up here. Nope, Champion's going to ground it to Whitaker at second, and he goes to first to get the second out. Hayes is on third now. And here's number 9 hitter, Dave Rosello. It's righty on righty. Oh, and Rosello's going to break up the shutout with the base hit to right. Oh, and he goes to second on maybe some lackadaisical play out there by Hancock. So a double for Rosello on what should have just been a base hit. Scores 2-1, and now I am concerned. We're going to pull the outfield in one more time. Let's see what happens. A ground ball right back to Weaver, and Weaver gets the runner at first. So They get on the board on the unearned run, I believe. Like that may have been charged to Wilcox. And we go to the top of the 8th. Omar Marino leading off. And he's been struggling lately. He's had like I said, the golden sombrero yesterday. He's 0 for 3 today. And we head to the top of the lineup now with Sweet Lou as Marino grounds out to second. And Lou's going to pull another base hit through the right side. He's 2 for 4 today. Garland is at 98 pitches. We're going to let Baylor swing away instead of going for the hit and run. And Baylor pops it straight up to first. And it's caught for the second out. So it's going to be up to Thompson. He's 5 for 15 with that home run. And he just belts it to left field. It's going to get down and off the wall. And Whitaker scores from first. So we get that run back on the double by Thompson. And the score is 3-1. Thompson on second. Here's big wheel Lance Parrish. He's got an RBI today, and he gets another hit through left side. And there's no way Thompson's going to score from second with that slow speed. Garland's at 109 pitches and officially listed as tired. But we got our best hitter up, really, Hancock, probably the MVP of the team. He's batting .304 versus righties. And Garland hangs one, but Hancock can't do anything with it as he grounds it to second. And that is the third out. So we go to the bottom of the 8th. And we're going to take out Weaver and bring in Tobic to face these next 2 righties. Here's Tobic's numbers real quick. This is his 51st game. He's been overused. His record is 4-1 with a 2.74 ERA. Opponents are batting .253 against him, and he's got a save on the year. And Jerry Dubzinski will be the first batter to face Tobic. And he's going to get a base hit through the right side past Thompson. So the tying run is at the plate now with Gary Matthews. We're going to guard the lines and try to turn 2 here perhaps, as Matthews lines it right back to the pitcher. Well, it says he was lined to short, but that's not what it looked like. But Wagner makes the catch then, and Dubzinski remains at first. So we're going to take out Tobic, who could only get the 1 out. And we're going to bring in, I guess we got to bring in Capizzello. He's our setup lefty. So there's 1 down, and Carl Pagel's 0 for 3 with a strikeout against Capizzello. So some lefty-on-lefty action as Pagel goes down swinging. So 2 outs for Ron Hasse, who does hit pretty well against lefties. And he's going to take a third strike looking. And the Indians are bringing in their closer, Victor Cruz. He just got recalled from the minors. His ERA is over 6. He's been in 17 games with a 1-2 record. His ERA is 6.88. Opponents are batting .296 against him, and he's got 3 saves. Mike Stanton had the closing duties for a while, and I don't know why they took him out. He has a 1.88 ERA with 7 saves on the year. And Fisk greets Cruz with a base hit. And no, we're not going to stretch that into a double. We're learning our lessons. That's 10 hits for Detroit. So here's Hebner. 0 for 2 against Cruz. 285 overall. And Cruz walks Hebner. So Cruz is in trouble already. Runners at first and second. Mark Wagner to the plate. He's 0 for 3 today. And he gets hit in the lower leg. And so the bases are loaded. Cruz comes in and just implodes. So an opportunity for Marino here. Bases loaded. And Cruz is going to pull it into the right center field gap. Wagner stops at third. Marino gets a 2 RBI double. And it's second and third. We have a 4-run lead. And just like that, the game is blown open. Still nobody out. Here's Sweet Lou. And Lou pulls it down the right field line. And is he going to go get 3 out of it? No, he only gets a double, but both runs score from second and third. And it's 7-1. Youch. So Victor Cruz maybe washed up at this point. Still nobody out. Whitaker's at second. Here's Bob Baylor. We are all just swinging away at this point. Baylor grounds it to short. Whitaker's going to have to hold as he go to first for the first out of the inning. We've put 4 runs on the board with JT coming up. And JT takes a 3-1 fastball and pulls it to right. And Whitaker gets doubled off second. What? That's crazy. So a double play, unexpected. But we did put 4 runs on the board. Got a crooked number up there. It's 7-1. And I guess we're going to let Capizzello try to finish this game off. He would get the save because it came in with a 2-run lead. Charbonneau gets a base hit to center field. And I guess we'll see how this plays out. Lefty on lefty. So Von Hayes is up next and he walks. Okay, forget it. We're going to take him out. Obviously, Capizzello cannot go a second inning. And we're going to bring in a righty. We're going to bring in Tom Hume. All we have left is our closer, Lopez, but let's not waste him. So runners at first and second. Mike Champion is up. Nobody out. And Champion hits it into the gap. Oh, and it falls in for a double. And the run scores from second. Hayes stops at third. And just like that, there's something going on here. 7-2. Nobody out. This is exactly like it was in yesterday's game as Rosello grounds it to short. Oh my gosh! And Wagner commits an error. So it's 7-3. Runners at first and third. And if you remember yesterday's game, not a lot happened until the 8th inning. And then that's when things got interesting. And Detroit's defense might cost them here. So first and third, nobody out. And Hume walks Romberg. And the bases are loaded. So this is the tying run at the plate. And I gotta believe we can turn 2 here. As Dubzinski hits it back to Hume. They get the runner at third of all places. The run scores from third, and it's first and second with 1 out. And here's Gary Matthews, certainly capable of tying the game. He has above average power with 84. And Matthews grounds it to Hebner. Will that be 2 to end the game? Oh no, he only goes to first. And so Carl Pagel's up, and I would be a moron if I didn't bring in a lefty. So Hume leaves, and you know what? We got to bring in Schatzeder. I have more confidence in Schatzy than I do in Underwood. So Schatzeder facing Carl Pagel, 2 down. Pagel's a tying run. It's lefty on lefty, and Pagel hits a fly ball to center field. That should be the 3rd out and the final out of the game. It is. So the Tigers win 7-4 as there's 7 runs scored in the 9th inning. And we're going to take a look and see if there are any transactions, any last-minute trades. Nothing happening on the wire. A couple of injuries, but nothing that affects us. So we'll take a look at the box score and we'll get out of here. Who's the player of the game? What a strange game. Thompson had the home run that made a difference early, but in reality, I'm not sure he deserves the player of the game. Whitaker did really well. He had 3 hits, including a double. No, Thompson did have a double and a home run. So you know what? We're going to give it to Thompson. And he did make an error, though. Wilcox gets his 9th win. He's 9-3, making up for his last start, which was poor. And Schatzeder comes in to get the final out to get his first save on the year. So a rough outing from the middle relievers. And Wayne Garland takes the loss. His record is 7-10. He pitched pretty effectively. Victor Cruz did no favors. And that's going to be it here from Cleveland. We'll be back later on with the leader and standings show. Until then, everyone, have a great night.